So I'm actually going to stay up here, and you're going to listen to me babble on for a little while longer. And I'm going to set an alarm because this is something I'm passionate about, and I might just keep talking forever. So, shake it off. Wake up a little bit. You're going to listen to me. So this is, I get very passionate about things sometimes, and so I will apologize ahead of time if I get overly wordy on some things or overly running around back and forth on the stage. You heard John Ellis earlier talk about back in 2013 when we launched AppLink, or when we launched the developer program. At that time, we open sourced AppLink, and so that's where SDL was born, and that's where why we're here today with the SDLC. And that was, we had to take that through literally every level of Ford. There was a number of us there who, all the way up to Alan Mulally. And the question was, why do we need to take our IP, this thing that is a benefit for Ford, and we're the leader in the industry? Why would we want to take this and give it to everybody and create this open source? And the answer you saw in one of Doug's slides, all the way back in the very beginning, if you guys can remember that far back today, is scale. Right? As the automotive industry in 2015, we sold 82 million vehicles, in 15, 88 and 16. Apple sold 190 million devices. Samsung sold over 300 million devices. We as an industry don't provide scale. So if you've got 25 or 30 individual proprietary solutions out there that you guys as developers have to try to comply with, you don't care. There's no reason to try that. And that's the main reason that we open source, and that's the main reason that SDL lives today and exists today. Can I get the presentation up too on Mac? Thank you, sir. So I'm going to talk about ecosystems, and I'm going to talk about why SDL is important, and I'm going to do it in a way that is about, I'm going to talk about CarPlay, and I'm going to talk about Android Auto, right? We've touched on them here and there all day. I'm going to talk about Apple and Google, and this is not an indictment of Apple or Google. They are amazingly smart companies, obviously, and they've been wickedly successful. But they've done this over years, and the industries that they've gone into have been changed forever, obviously for the good on the consumer side. But the industries themselves that they've gone into, a lot of them have suffered. And today, they're coming into my industry, our industry. They're coming into automotive, and they're coming fast, and they're coming hard. And to be perfectly honest, they're faster than us. I don't want to say they're smarter than us, because again, we saw some amazing things last night. But they're coming, and they don't care about us as an industry. They don't care what they do to us as an industry. Again, not an indictment of them. This is not about calling them bad guys. It's just about, we've seen this happen before, and if we don't learn from that history, we're going to keep making those same mistakes. We have an opportunity today as the automotive industry, whether we're OEMs or suppliers, and even the developers. We've got an opportunity today. All of these cool things that we've talked about today, all of the things that SDLC does and then SDL provides to each of the members and each of the components in the ecosystem is predicated on the fact that we can still do this today, right? There are industries that have been really hurt by faster and bigger movers. And so if we keep our eyes open and we understand that this is happening and we try to do something about it today and maintain control of it today, we can survive. We can have our monetization. We can have our control. We can maintain what we want to do and how we want to do it without it just happening to us. So, everybody remember this guy? He used to walk around on stage too. I mean, this is where we all get it from, right? 2003, Steve Jobs went into, in 2001, Steve Jobs went into Warner Music. He went into a bunch of different places. And he said, I got this idea, and we need to do this stuff with you guys, and you guys need to take this, and this is a great way for you to keep your content distribution and you need to make money. And he went to all of them, and I've got a good friend who worked at one of these record labels. And they were all saying, you know what, this is amazing. And then he said, yeah, let's do it. And they all said, yeah, we don't understand that. We have physical sales. We're physical. We want you to buy that $18 prepackaged little silver disc because we make an assload of money off of that $18 prepackaged little silver disc. And he said, yeah, we can't do that. You know, the price point is 99 cents. And they said, no. If we're going to do that, let's charge $3. And he said, no, you need to charge 99 cents. And to a man or a woman or whoever it was, they each said, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. So he said, well, can I have it? Can I just, we've been working on this. Can I launch it? We're going to call it iTunes. And they all said, yeah, sure, why not? You're not going to push us around. This is cool. We're now the technology industry. We're music. We're the technology industry now. These little guys over here called Apple, these little guys, and they got their little machine, little circle on it. It's not going to displace CDs. It's not going to move anything. So they were like, yes, this is going to bring more money into our coffers. People are still going to buy $18.99 CDs. And then if they're going to buy 99 cents, great. This little guy with this little company is going to do this, and we're going to benefit. We are going to be great. So in 2003, these were the major record labels in the world. They were making tons of money. I'm not going to throw all those graphs up there. They were making tons of money. In 2012, 9 years later, 2 of them didn't exist anymore. Gone, off the face of the earth. These are large corporations in an industry that was printing money. So, Mr. Ames, who was the CEO of Warner, said at the time, this is what we need. This is what's going to help us. And then they started taking over. People were just buying digital. They were just buying iTunes, songs on iTunes. They weren't buying physical anymore. The record industry never tried to band together. They never said, hey man, let's see what we can do to hold on to this. This stuff is being done around us, without us. They never did that. They said, we'll try to do our own little store here and our own little store there. Universal, we don't want to party with you guys. You guys go sell your little, your music, and we're Warner, we'll do ours. And Sony, you guys, we're all going to try to do our own thing. They never ever came together. Again, this isn't about, this is looking back and learning. If you're the first one and you screw it up, that's the learning experience. We have this opportunity to look back, though. 2008, our friends in Cupertino again, shopping around. They went to Verizon, and Verizon said, oh, wow, that's really nice. Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. And went over to Singular, who is now AT&T. If for some reason you don't know that, they are now AT&T. And you heard the same type of thing coming out again, right? Singular was saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, they're going to put their own servers in our network, and they're going to take all that data. But we want you to know they're still our customers. This is going to make us sexy. We want to partner with these guys. We want to be with them. I want my name next to their name up on that screen. That's what I want to see. They applauded Steve Jobs for showing them that, yes, this is where we want to be. 2010, at Mobile World Congress, the one in Barcelona. I was actually at this Congress. I remember a whole lot of stuff going on at that Congress. Eric Schmidt stood on stage and said, you know what? We're partners. We're not here to run you over. We're not here to take over. We want to be partners. The word dumb pipe, or words dumb pipe, I guess, depending on how you want to spell it. Back at the operators, I spent 10 years working for the mobile operators. The word dumb pipe was a joke inside the operators. It wasn't going to happen to us. There's no way. The search engine, right? They're an internet company. I hear they have internet on computers now. They're not going to come in and knock off Verizon. They're not going to come in and knock off AT&T, Singular at the time. These little Google guys, I mean, come on, man. Little green robot, come on. That's not going to do anything to us, guys. We want to keep our walled gardens. We want to keep our walled gardens. We want. All right. Stephanie earlier, during the Radio 2.0, she touched on that. There were apps before Apple. There were apps before Google. My computer bag over there says Brew from 2007 out of the Brew conference. Brew, J2ME, used to be iOS versus Android. If you're really old like me, you remember all that kind of stuff. But they existed, right? AT&T had a store, had an app store. Verizon had an app store, T-Mobile. Each one of them had their own. And even after watching what happened to music, again, it was still fresh, they didn't think that they needed to compete like that. They thought that they could keep their walled gardens. They thought, I'm Verizon. I'm the dark Sith out of New Jersey. You can't touch me. They actually, at that same exact conference, were saying that. They were boasting about it. You can't do this stuff. You're not going to do that to us. There's no more, well, they're still there, but has anybody purchased or downloaded an app from a carrier, from a wireless operator store in the last 10 years? That's less people than wanted to ask questions. I mean, you just haven't done it. So by 2016, the app stores, App Store and Google Play, the app stores between the two companies, made $35 million. Verizon and AT&T are going through M&A for content producers. They're trying to catch up by going out and buying. They want to own that pipe again. They became the dumb pipe over wireless. They want the content back. They want to be able to monetize the content. They got their butts kicked by it. It's called OTT, right? You've got WhatsApp and WeChat and Snap and every other kind. Again, we heard earlier about the messaging system. SMS at one point, you could only message somebody on your own network. They were like, no, we can't let that go. We can't cross that. Let somebody else. Roaming? Everybody remember roaming? Right? This is just it's an industry that was built on, we have to maintain our little space and our little area. And the companies that came in and went through that destroyed that, knocked it down, killed those walls. Another one would be the devices themselves. When the iPhone came out in 2007, there wasn't an operator around. Okay, Singular's getting it, great. At that time, devices came out, they were on special, they were the hot new thing for 6 months, and then they were discounted for 4, and then they were gone in 12. That was the device life cycle. Nobody thought anything differently of the iPhone. If you take a step back before the iPhone, does anybody know that Steve Jobs made a phone before the iPhone? Anybody know the name of it? There we go. The Motorola Rocker. Great phone. So Mr. Jobs came out, again, this is all just hindsight. He came out and he said, hey, this is a cool phone. You can download 100 songs to it. If you connect it to your computer, you can download 100 songs to it. You can make a phone call on it. Here, let me show you. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't do it right. He did that on stage, right? Steve Jobs practices like 9,000 times, but he kind of messed that up. They also didn't put that on a Razr. Motorola Rocker, Motorola Razr was the world's most wildest popular phone at the time. It didn't go in the Razr. It went in this little candy bar style phone, which nobody wanted because everybody wanted the Razr. Little flip phone, nice and thin, put it in your pocket. You look real cool walking around with the hot pink one. It was awesome. The same exact time that they launched the Rocker, they launched the iPad Nano. So they launched the Rocker, which could only hold 100 songs, and you had to sideload it. But same exact time launched the iPad Nano, which held 1,000 songs, and you could download over the air. Then the iPhone came out, and everything changed. And today, Motorola's been sold 3 times. All of their patents have been moved around. The iPhone is just getting more and more popular. So I'm saying this because I believe in what we've been doing here, right? The automotive industry. We need to learn. We need to band together, because staying by ourselves and being proprietary and putting the walled garden up is only gonna make us on the roadside like everybody else who got run over by very, very talented, very, very smart companies. Again, not an indictment of them, but we have this opportunity. This is why, when we said we wanted to do this is why the passion from those of us who were starting it was just so strong. And we would argue and argue and argue with people who wanted to fight with us over it, which I'm fine with. I'm a good arguer. I don't always win, but I'm really good at arguing. But we are in that position right now. These are actual quotes. I removed people's names. Some of them may be in the room, some of them might not be. But we have the opportunity. This is why SDL is important. This is why the SDLC is important. This is why working together is important. I was told that there would never be advertisements just showing CarPlay or Android Auto. And this is not just in Ford. This was not a Ford discussion. This was an industry discussion with other OEMs talking about, why are we promoting them? Why are we doing this? Yes, we're Ford. We offer CarPlay and Android Auto because we want customers to have choice. That doesn't mean that we have to let them run us over. That doesn't mean that we have to allow them to take control over everything. It means that we have to do our damnedest to work with all of our other partners and be cognizant of what's happened in the past. We need to understand it. We need to know what's happened. That's the only way that we maintain control and monetization capabilities, bring our other developer friends in, bring more members in. This is how we do it. A lot of people don't think we can do it. I've got pages and pages and pages and pages of quotes, if you ever really want to see them, from all kinds of people all over that have already written our funeral, written our death march. We've got our dirge. We're done. The industry is done. We're not smart enough. We're not fast enough. Silicon Valley's going to get us. They're going to take it over. I'm standing here telling you, screw that. You guys are here. We just got to keep working at it. We have to do it, and we have to do it now. Remember, they're fast. They're very fast. What's our product cycle? 3 to 5 years? That's not fast. It's extremely slow. That's a lifetime. So we can do this. We have to do this, and this is why SDLC exists. So I'm going to leave you with a commercial that's not going to exist, that's what I was told.
Face with stuck-out tongue.
Well, Jill's excited about dinner tonight.
Totally.
The new Buick Encore with Apple CarPlay support for iPhone.
Smiling pile of poo?
Maybe she's walking her dog.
An SUV that's ready for anything.
Okay, is this live? All right, my name is Paul Elsla. I just wanted to take a minute. I know it's been a long day, long 2 days actually for everybody. So I wanted to get up here and just say a couple words. Thanks to everybody for showing up. It's been, we've had 40 hackers here, I think, something like that. For a quick introduction, my name is Paul Elsla. I'm with Livio. We've been selected as a project maintainer. If you guys haven't gotten to know Livio from Joey's presentation earlier, I'll give you a quick history. We've been around since 2008. We were a consumer electronics company to start, and over the years we morphed into a software company and eventually got acquired by Ford in 2013, right as they were open sourcing AppLink and calling it SDL. This says 3 years of experience with SDL, but we're going on 4 years. We're based in Royal Oak, Michigan. We have about 15 employees right now. It's a small, very talented team of engineers, but of course I'm biased to that. Right now we're independently maintaining the open source code base, all the components of SDL. So there's the core side, the proxy side with iOS and Android, and the server side. We're very involved with the steering committee. We organize those steering committee meetings and make sure that the code contributions are reviewed, the proposals are moved through the process, and so on. I want to talk a little bit about the organization real quick and how it's kind of changed over the last few months. We've been around for 9 months. We've gotten a lot done. There's a board of directors, which is made up of level 1 and 2 members. They manage the project from a high level, give overall direction for the project. And then there's the steering committee, which is a working level group. And they meet weekly and move proposals through the system, vote on features, contribute code. And then the part that Livio takes part in is the SDLC coordinator, which is myself. There's a secretary, which is Teresa Leck. I don't know if you guys have met her, but she's been around all weekend, and she runs the steering committee meetings, keeps everything organized, sends out the minutes, does a lot of work for this project. And then this year, we've also named a technical advisor, which is Joey Grover. So all 3 of those positions come out of Livio. We're very passionate about this project, and you've probably gotten to know the 3 of us over the last couple days, and we'll continue to do so in future events. And then, of course, there's the members. Right now, we're at 25 members. Which is great. In 9 months, we've brought on 25 members consisting of OEMs, suppliers, app developers, and have a lot of participation in events like this, so it's really great to see. To go over a few accomplishments, you've probably heard some of this stuff in other presentations, but just at a very high level, we've gotten a lot of work done this year, and we're very proud of that. 5 proxy and 2 core releases, a shade release, a policy server, and a Manticore, which is an emulator. So again, in 9 months, there's a lot of work that's been done, a lot of contributions from the community, and again, we're gonna keep moving. We wanna keep moving this project forward. We're gonna keep moving fast, and that's with the help of this whole community. From a process standpoint, we've moved 68 proposals since January through this evolution process, and we've created this developer relations committee, which Scott is the chair, and he's gone and organized this event, which is the first event organized by SDLC. And for 2018, we're gonna continue to organize events and bring the community together, move this project forward. For 2018, we will be reaching out to current members and asking for your continued support and membership for 2018. We're also going to be starting with some outreach to potential members. We'd like to continue to grow this organization and get new members on board, move the project forward. With the steering committee, there's always some growing pains that go with a new organization. We've gotten a lot done with the steering committee, but we're gonna continue to work on the efficiency and the collaboration. So we're gonna encourage members to get more involved. We have 5 members that have contributed code thus far, so we're gonna keep pushing for that collaboration and getting everybody involved. We're going to also, through this developer relations committee with Scott, we're going to engage app partners and developers, and that's through events like this. So your participation is greatly appreciated. Keep coming to these events, and we're going to get the content into the vehicle through this project. Again, I just wanted to say thank you to everybody. Congratulations to the hackers. Everybody that came out, all the presenters, the members that showed up, the sponsors, everybody, thank you very much. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us outside. Look on smartdevicelink.com, go on the Slack channel, whatever it might be. Just reach out to us, and we look forward to working with you guys in 2018. So after a long couple days, that concludes it. We're done. Thank you.